Hey, it's John Alexander Matsui. It's like 5 something on Tuesday, June 4th, my birthday. Um, yeah, so the showdown between music and the United States is coming. It's coming shortly. Um, whether or not we know it, because royalties, you know, you don't want to, you don't want to pay royalty. You don't want to um, acknowledge that there's royalties involved today. It's not just through the music. You've got to believe that there's a higher order, a higher plan, a higher power at stake here. And man versus God doesn't really sound like a position that humanity wants or humanity can afford either. And that's a sad thing, that we have to come to these terms, you know, and just in our own thinking. Just even if we have this agnostic power base, of modern day United States politics, there's this agnostic power base, thinking that this country happened without God's assistance. Is just kind of, it's nerve-wracking, really, thinking that I'm part of this destiny that where there's a king, and that king helps keep things in line, and and keeps the civilized human being on track in evolution. But I think that psychologically, that's kind of important to know that that I represent a whole lifetime, until 45 years, until 45 years old. I'm thinking that, agnostically, and that's, and to be the person that I am today, that's one hell of a snow job. So just think about that. I love God, and I love him because he's the best friend that showed up for me, that I needed, and he was there. Regardless of what things have happened, between he and I, it's always going to be about me loving him, because even if I don't trust him a little bit, I'm kind of leery, or I think that's just the nature of our relationship with God. As we are alive, we're going to have to learn how to trust ourselves, and know that we can only go back to God, humbly, and saying, I'm just being aware, and that makes me a person who can sit at the table with him as a person, not as someone who owes him, but just me as a person who can sit there looking at what's going on. And I think that that's a healthy evolution, but that's just my ongoing persona, humbly in front of God, but also knowing that I've got my seat at the table, and that I earned it because I did have to challenge him, but not on a level where he doesn't exist, but not on a level where he's not good for me. It's just me being alive and me loving him. It's taken a natural evolution. Today's my birthday, and I don't have my family with me. They're just in the past. They're not dead, but they may as well be. But they're in the past. Even though they're alive and well, they're in the past, and they have their way to catch up to me, and apologize for who they are, and they also have to apologize to themselves and to God, you know. And if you're in the category where they are, with somebody else, or with God, or whoever, you have to learn where you made your mistakes. I know I've had to, and quickly. You have to turn around and be quickly about it. Because if you hem and haw, you bring other people down with you. That's just evolution, you know, letting us know that we're kind of unionized together, but we bring other people down with us. And if we go against God, and that's not right. Not to involve Him in our lives, and also to bring other people down and have other people assume that they're following somebody else. No. So I'm just being real and letting people know that you can have your issues all you want, but don't stop believing. Because this life is worth living, not this chaos that's happening right now. This is surviving. And I have my job function, I guess, you know, and that's to make sure that I foster an independent human who believes in God, and of some or whatever construct in your head. I'm protecting the liberty to even have that open, you know, because that may be that one thing that we as a species might have to use to herald God with another species, you know, that we have to be open enough to, you know, understand that there might be some translation, or there might be some psychological equivalent, or whatever. And, you know, thank you, Star Trek, for keeping that open in my mind, you know, and in my heart. You know, keeping that science fiction available to me. And thank you, human and God, for science fiction. Thank you. Have a good day. More thank yous later, I guess.